For almost a year, I've been trying to tell people that the day before is fake. On January 4th, 2023, at the start of this year, I released a video entitled The Fake Before. In this video, I showcased a lot of red flags having to do with the day before and its developers. A couple of the red flags that I talked about in that video were the degradation in quality of every video that they were releasing. It seems like when they first released the game, it looked like it was going to be The Last of Us Part 3 or The Division 3, that level of graphical quality and expansive open universe. However, as more and more footage released, it looked like the scale of the game was shrinking and the graphics were becoming worse. Also, if you look at any of the trailers, there are several videos that you can search for on YouTube that will show you a comparison where they clearly ripped off other assets from other games. They showed clips that look exactly like GTA Online with the over-the-shoulder camera, and then the clear and obvious one was how they made it look almost exactly like The Division when it was in the city and DayZ when it was out in the forest. Just as fast as the game was gaining hype, it was removed from the Steam store for almost a year. So from January until now in December of 2023, prior to its release, you almost heard virtually nothing about the game. So then about a month prior to release, you started seeing the promotional material for the game, and you could pre-purchase the early access to the game for $40 US. This should have set off something inside your logical brain. Why did we not hear anything for so long about this game? And then it just comes out. Now, they wanted you to forget about the criticism of the game. They wanted to reestablish hype. They're going to pay their content creators, which, by the way, if you were somebody that was going and shilling this game and pushing it, you owe a lot of your community an apology. Because if you couldn't read the writing on the wall, if you couldn't have some sort of pattern recognition, or if you just, sold your content for $1 to promote this company, I mean, shame on you. And then we get to release, and it is a disaster. One of the worst reviewed games on Steam of all time. Upon the initial release, it was sitting at 15% of people that liked the game, and I think at its max it reached about 18%. Okay, so full transparency, I'm on the day before's Steam store page, and if you look at all reviews, overwhelmingly negative. 16% of 20,000 users said that this game was bad, had negative reviews for it. This isn't just some small Reddit community going and, review bombing the game. There's a lot of unhappy people. And then when the game released, you got nothing that they said that they were going to give you. You didn't get the expansive open world MMO that they promised with a bunch of RPG aspects to it. Nope, instead you got a tactical extraction shooter that felt like a cheap DayZ mod with a lot of familiar assets from other games. And then you got poor optimization, you had bad servers, you had bad customer service. It was just a disaster. It was everything that everyone who was critical of this game told you what it was going to be. And here we are, 4 days after release, after 2 years of buildup. The day before, developers shut down the game just days after release. This is a Polygon article. If you want to read it, I'll leave a link to it in the bio. So, developer Fantastic announces closure on X in a statement that read, "The day before has failed financially and we lack funds to continue. All income received is being used to pay off debts to our partners." You guys finally see where this is a scam, right? So, they found out 4 days after release that this game was a financial failure, but you've been promoting this game for the last 2 years and you still brought it to release. And then they say that all income received is being used to pay off debts to our partners. What? No, like hell it is. That money is going to be refunded to the players for whatever reason, put their trust into your nobody company on good faith. I really hope that there's some sort of class action lawsuit that comes from this. However, knowing these sorts of patterns and the way that these companies operate, all they're going to do is they're going to disband. They're going to go and they're going to create another company under another name, and they're just going to go and they're going to continue this cycle over and over. It'll be a few years from now. They'll let you forget about it, right? this will still be brought up in conversation every now and then, how the day before was a big scam, but it'll have no attribution to that company. You won't be able to tie it to them unless you do some investigative digging. They'll change around who's in the head of the office and who's the lead of development and stuff like that, so you can't recognize the names, and then they'll go and they'll continue this cycle. Hopefully that there's some sort of, legal dispute against this company. Look, I'm all for supporting small businesses. However, if we've learned anything in the last 3 years of botched releases, especially this year in the early, like Q1 of 2023, where it seemed like every single game that got released didn't work on PC and console, we need to be more responsible as consumers. Stop giving these companies your pre-order money. I didn't make this video out of petty spite to say, oh, hey, I told you so, ha ha ha, you got ripped off. No, I want people to be more responsible consumers. Do a little bit more research on these companies before going and giving up your hard-earned money on them. They stole from you. They stole from tens of thousands of people. And while I did call out the creators that shilled this game, I give a lot of credit to those who said that, hey, I was wrong, or were open and candid about it. Like, I got free access to this game, I played it, and it was awful. You are doing a great service to other fellow consumers, because a lot of these guys, they go and they get these games early, and they get them for free, so they feel obligated to say nice things. And those of you guys that went and you were open and honest, I commend you for that. Let me know what you think about this down in the comments. I'd love to hear your opinion on it. And if you made it this far into the video, please consider liking. And if you want to support the channel, the best way to do that is by subscribing. Subscribing is absolutely free to do. And always, I'm Riv. Thanks for watching.